Hello, everyone. We welcome you to yourliveevent.com here for East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball. Coming your way tonight on yourliveevent.com. We're getting ready for the JV matchup here between the Green Wave and the Prowlers of Thief River Falls. We'll keep the camera running for you. We'll have our scoreboard tracking the action and give you the sights and sounds. We'll leave our crowd mic open so you can see and hear everything, acting as if you were here inside East Grand Forks High School as well. And we thank you for joining for East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball, yourliveevent.com.
but effective leadership to the team. You help the team when we're feeling down. Kier Dog, you bring the craziness to our team, which helps us get fired up and stay determined throughout the whole game. Lindsay, you're not the loudest on the team, but does not go unnoticed by her leadership on and off the court. Jessie brings the fire to the team. When you get a kill, we all can't help but just celebrate with you. Hallie, my girl, she brings the sass to the team. She might seem like the most innocent person ever, but trust me, she's not afraid to say what's on her mind. Ella Luchny, as I should say, our 2020 homecoming queen, woo! Brings that chillness to our team. When we're all scrambled and playing scrappy, Ella is the one to calm us down. Kasumi brings the trust to her team because we all know she has her back for every ball that we don't get. Chloe brings the fun to our team. You'll always see her having a fun time on the court, mostly dancing. Annika brings that mom feeling to her team. She is always there for you when you need her. 10 amazing seniors, 4 juniors, and 1 manager. Altogether, we are more than a team, we're a family. As this night goes on, remember this is your last, so give it your all. Thank you, seniors, for being a shoulder to lean on. Thank you for the countless memories we all remember forever. Thank you for being a family away from home. Thank you for being the older sisters I never had. Thank you, seniors, we love you.
And a good Friday night. We are at East Grand Forks High School. It's a broadcast of East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. I'm Joel Morgan. Thanks for joining me this evening. And what is going to be a fun matchup here tonight as the Green Wave hosting the Prowlers of Thief River Falls. The Prowlers come into this matchup with a 1-3 record. They're 0-1 in the section. For this Prowlers team, they started out the year not winning a set. They lost their first 3 matches in straight sets, beginning on October 8th to Roseau, 3-0, Detroit Lakes, 3-0, and Foston, 3-0. They finally picked up their first win of the season. That came against Crookston on Tuesday, and that was a score of 3-0. So after not winning a set the entire season, they went on to win in straight sets against Crookston Tuesday night to pick up their first win. This starts what will be the first of back-to-back matches between these two teams. They will play tonight here in East Grand Forks, and then they'll take the trip out to Thief River Falls coming up next Tuesday night, as the Prowlers will be the home team in that matchup. And for both teams, that will be the only time that they will play an opponent twice this season, at least in the regular season portion. Everything else will come to a one-time meeting of the season. The Prowlers coming off a year last year where they finished 8-13, 3-8 in their section, and this is where COVID-19 has really changed the season. Obviously, the late start, the not tournament, but just looking at the number of matches that were played last year in the regular season alone, because it was an early exit for Thief River Falls last year, losing to DGF in straight sets. There was 2 tournaments that were played over the course of the regular season. The Holly tournament, which brought them 3 matches, and the Purim tournament, which brought them 3 matches in pool play and an extra match in bracket play. So you take into account 7 less matches. All of them were played before this point of the season. At this point of the season last year, we were working on the playoffs, so 7 matches alone lost because of the lack of those tournaments that have been played over the years. For East Grand Forks, the Green Wave, they come into this one 2-1 on the season after having a match rescheduled last week. They won their first 2 in straight sets against Park Rapids and Norman County East Ulen Hitterdal. They suffered their first loss last night. They are playing on back-to-back nights, which will be the first of 2 times they do that this season. They lost to Red Lake County Central on the road last night in 5 sets. They're coming off a season where, well, they would have liked to have been a little bit more successful for this Green Wave team. They were 7-20 last year, 2-7 in the section. They as well were aided with a full slate of matches coming from tournaments. They played in the Ada Borup tournament, the Holly tournament, and the Crookston tournament. So then there's about 10 matches that were off the schedule this year. Of course, if you talk to these players with the uncertainty of this season to be played now or to be played in the fall or to be played at all, I think they will take the option that has been put in front of them here this season. And playoffs for East Grand Forks last year was a straight set loss to Roseau. They're a team last year that just didn't have the success they were looking for, but a strong contingent of returning players for the Green Wave this year. In fact, 10 seniors on this team, all upperclassmen for head coach Paula Devine. 10 seniors, all of them were honored in a pre-match ceremony that went on before the warm-ups, which has been a trend amongst programs. You asked why you would do a senior day celebration 4 matches into your 2020 season, and that would be because the uncertainty of any more matches being played. Everything has really gone to week by week, match by match. And they talked about it in that ceremony, Coach Devine, is that they wanted to make sure that they had this chance at home to honor their seniors, and that's what they did before the start of this match. This is our pre-match coverage here on your live event, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. Discover career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back, and we'll take a look at how things are shaping up in Section 8AA. This is Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
This is our pregame coverage on your live event, brought to you by American Crystal Sugar. Discover career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. Joel Morgan with you on this Friday night. East Grand Forks playing home for the second time this season on senior night. They're hosting the Thief River Falls Prowlers. A look at the section standings right now. Again, very early on, as more section games will be coming in the upcoming weeks. Roseau has played 2 section matches. They are 4-0 on the year, 2-0 in section play. Following them is East Grand Forks, who has won 1 section matchup. Then DGF, Holly, War Road, Thief River Falls in Park Rapids area. That is on the north side of Section 8AA. If you look at the south side, it is Perham, 3-0 overall, 1-0 in section play. Pequot Lakes, 3-0 overall. Staples, Motley, Little Falls, Pierce, Crosby, Ironton, Fergus Falls, and Pillager is how things are looking on the south standings subsection of 8AA. Again, unless things change between now and the end of the season, I expect that sections will be the goal this year. You want to come away with that big section championship to cap off what is a shortened season here in 2020. American Crystal Sugar, a sponsor of our pre-match coverage here on your live event. Remember, discover career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. 10 seniors honored before this match, senior night here at East Grand Forks. And a majority of the starting lineup will consist of those seniors. Coach Devine saying they're going to rotate about 10 or 11. And a majority of them will be seniors with a couple juniors sprinkled in. And a lot of experience coming on this East Grand Forks team, and they're looking to rebound after a season last year where just 7 matches is all they had won over the course of that season. We're going to take a break here, and we'll come back to get you started with set number 1. This is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
American Crystal Sugar. Discover career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. Our sponsor of our pre-match coverage here tonight on your live event. That is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball tonight. They host the Prowlers of Thief River Falls, the first of what is going to be back-to-back meeting between these two teams. They'll meet again on Tuesday. That one will be on the road with East Grand Forks being on the road against Thief River Falls. They're going through the announcement of the starting lineups here tonight. And again, expect the seniors of East Grand Forks to kind of run the show on senior night. They have a very deep rotation on the team. Coach Paul Devine saying that they will get about 10, maybe 11 out there in the rotation. And with this being the spotlight on the seniors tonight, I would imagine that's who we'll see on the courts. JV match before this, that one went to 3 sets. Thief River Falls winning that one 2-1 here tonight. Of course, across the parking lot, East Grand Forks football. That is in action as well. So a full night of sports here at East Grand Forks High School. They are going through the starting lineups here, and I think they're just about set to go. Did not see the results of the coin toss as to who will be the first to receive serve here tonight at East Grand Forks. Remember, something to keep in mind, a rule that's been put in place in high school volleyball, not just here in Minnesota, but as well as North Dakota and surrounding states that are playing here in the fall, is that they will not switch sides after sets unless it was described as what is a distinct advantage to being one side of the court. They will not switch sides at the end of sets. Officials will go through the rotation. Kendall Martell, the libero, will check in for the Prowlers. Will take the spot of Burley Lingen. Sumi Lee, the libero for the Green Wave, is waiting for a check of the lineup before she takes her spot in the rotation. She'll come in for Hallie Carpenter. So she'll take her spot in the back row. That is who was the top serve receiver for East Grand Forks. So that means that serving first will be Thief River Falls. The Prowlers will be the first to serve, and it's Josie Johnson will be the top of their rotation. Josie Johnson will serve first. Back at the service line, we're ready to go. Set number 1, East Grand Forks, Thief River Falls here on your live event. Serve received in the back row right side by Bowenchap. Put across the net by the Green Wave. Prowlers set up near side. Put into a block. Kylie Albee. And it's put down in a block up front for Brianna Anderson. And a points for East Grand Forks. They score first. They'll take a 1-0 lead, and they'll get their first trip to the service line. Ella Eggers will take her spot in the back row. So East Grand Forks ready to serve first. 4 back row to receive for the Prowlers. Serve comes across. Started back right corner. Mishandled and comes down. It's an ace. Abigail Molstead did not handle that serve well. It's an ace. 2-0 East Grand Forks. Now Eggers, second serve. This one comes across, received by the libero Martell. Pass right side, cleared across the net by Molstead. The Green Wave will start on their side, right side, hammered across on a hit by Brianna Anderson and set the wrong way by the Prowlers. 3-0 early lead for the Green Wave. Set 1 of this Section 8 AA North subsection matchup. First serve went to Thief River Falls. Side out. First side out went to East Grand Forks. Serve for Agers across. Bumped back right corner. Overpass will come towards the official. And Josie Johnson had a beat on it, but ran out of real estate. 3-0 the score. Make that 4-0 the score for East Grand Forks. So they're off to a quick start. Agers' next serve. Bumped in the back right corner by Molstead. Finessed across by Johnson. The Green Wave will go right side, hit across by Anderson to the libero Martell. To the right side, finessed across by Johnson, sent right back on a free ball for East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls puts it across. There to receive is Lee. Pass left side. Big hit for Brianna Anderson. Banks off a few hands. Prowlers recover. They'll free ball across to keep the rally alive. East Grand Forks leads 4-0 in set one. Thief River Falls works to the left side. Molstead across. Hit low by Emery, but recovered by the Green Wave and put across on a big hit. Thief River Falls will send it right back across. Set up front for East Grand Forks. Put down on a hit, but hit long and untipped. It's a hitting error for Helgeland, and that will make it 4-1, point inside out to Thief River Falls here in set one. Maisie Kramer, the senior defensive specialist, gets the serve across. Started back right side to the circle. Comes to Agers across on a hit for the Green Wave. Prowlers will set left side. Rogala went down a little aggressive and had to pull back on the hit, and it will backfire as it's sent right back by Ella Agers. Point side out. East Grand Forks 5-1. Their lead in the opening sets. They will rotate out, and Chloe Bowman, one of the 10 seniors honored before the match, will come back to serve. This one across, hit by the libero Martell. Pass to the right side, through on the hit for Albie, received by Lee for East Grand Forks. Right side, hit into a double block. Emery trying to recover is the Green Wave. They can't as it makes its way into the stands. Making chase was Lee, couldn't get there, point side out. Thief River Falls, the Prowlers down by 3 in the opening set. Kenzie Sorter serving for Thief River Falls. Received at the other end by Emery. Worked to the right side on the court. Across on a big swing by Helgeland. Overpass comes for the Prowlers. Another point side out for East Grand Forks. 6-2 Green Wave will lead. Rotating in. Hallie Carpenter will take a spot in the front row. Jessie Helgeland will serve for the Green Wave. Serve across, hit near sideline. Albie bump set to the left side. Shoot set creates for Lagala for Thief River Falls. Pass back to the right side. Across on a hit by Kendra Emery. Emery gets the kill. 7-2 and 5 points, the largest separation between either side. East Grand Forks has not trailed here in the opening set. Wasn't a hard hit on that kill, just enough to get it by the defense. Helgeland serves across, and there was a rotation error that comes against the Green Wave. That makes it 7-3, point inside out to the Prowlers of Thief River Falls. Sumi Lee back in to play libero for East Grand Forks. Kylie Albie will serve for the Prowlers. 7-3 the score in set one. Serve comes across. Bumped on the near side. Picked up at the circle. Sent by Agers to the right side. Put across on a hit by Champ. Finessed across by the Prowlers. Bump set left side. Kind of bunched up was the Green Wave, but they were able to clear it across. Sent back by the Prowlers. Ball hit in the back row by Lee. And passed up front and cleared by Ella Agers. Thief River Falls sets up center court. Big hit across by Lingen. Recovered at the other end by Helgeland. 7-3 advantage East Grand Forks. Make that 7-4 advantage East Grand Forks. Chloe Bowman with the hitting error. Goes the wrong way. Point to the Prowlers. 2-1 on the season is East Grand Forks. The Prowlers are 3-1. Serve comes across, started by the Green Wave, over to the Prowler side. Through on a swing and a hit for Bree Lingen. Braley Lingen's hits got tipped by one of the East Grand Forks players before going out of play. 7-5, so Thief River Falls was down by 5. They've now cut it to 2. Kylie Albie serve hit by Lee, the libero up front on a big hit, but someone came under the net. The hit came from Hallie Carpenter, but the whistle was blown immediately after. Point inside out East Grand Forks. Green Wave will rotate in. Lucci will come in to take a spot in the front row. Caitlin Hovde, the senior, will come back to serve. East Grand Forks up by 3, led by as much as 5. Serve received by Martella Libero. Pass to the right side. Threw out a hit for Regala, and miscommunication for the Green Wave. No one able to get there. 8-6 the score. And subbing in for Thief River Falls, Abigail Molstead will come in. Serving this time, Haley Regala. Prowlers down by 2, set 1. Serve across, hit by Lee, the libero. Picked up by Bowman. Pass. And it's going to be a lift or a double hit. Double hit is what they're going to call. And Thief River Falls was down 7-2 at one point. They have made it 8-7. Chance to see our first tie of the opening set. Regala's serve. Hits by Helgeland and cleared across on the hit by Hovde. Pass to the left side for the Prowlers. And I'm not sure if it hit the ribbon or was off a block from Molstead, but the Prowlers able to clear. And they're going to call 4 hits. So 4 hits called against Thief River Falls, point inside out. East Grand Forks retains the lead in the opening set. Brianna Anderson will rotate into the front row for East Grand Forks. Serving is Kendra Emery. Pass left side, Molstead across for the Prowlers. East Grand Forks sets right side, and this one unable to clear the net on the hit. Lucci unable to clear the nets. 9-8 the score, point inside out, Prowlers. East Grand Forks scored first. They have not trailed. Thief River Falls has been on the doorstep of tying as Martell's serve goes across, and it's hit long, service error, 10-8. East Grand Forks able to stay in front, rotating in. Helgeland will take a spot in the front row. Consumi Lee will serve for the Green Wave. Serve received Regala back row. Overpass is tipped down up front. I think it was Emery who got that tip up front to get the point. 11-8, East Grand Forks with the lead. Lee's next serve comes across. Dig by Regala to the right side. Dump set cleared by Sorter. Started by Lee. Pass center and put through. Nice read up front. Helgeland was able to get a good lead up front, or read up front, got by the defense, 12-8. The score in the first set. Consumi Lee will continue to serve. 4-point lead for the Green Wave, trying to match their largest of 5. Overpass from Regala. Prowlers recover. They clear it across. Started on the other side by the Green Wave. And mistimed on the pass near side by Brianna Anderson. An unforced error, 12-9. Point side out, Prowlers. Josie Johnson, the top of the service rotation, will come in for Thief River Falls. Set 1 here on your live event, 12-9. East Grand Forks leads. Serve for Johnson, dug out by Lee towards the bench. Nice dig by Hovde and cleared by the Green Wave. Prowlers on the attack, and the defense was all out of sorts, and they capitalize. Kylie Albee puts down the kill, 12-10. Thief River Falls pulls within 2. They pulled within once, twice after falling behind early, but have not gotten over the hump of at least getting a tie here in the opening set. Junior Josie Johnson serves. Pass comes from the right side by Lucci up front, and no one could get there. Helgeland was the closest one. She couldn't get there, 12-11, and I think we're going to get a timeout on the court. We had a stoppage on the court. And now we're ready to go. Josie Johnson's serve comes across, bump from the far sideline, reeled back in bounds, across on a hit for Anderson. Started by the Prowlers, backside up front, through a hit from Kenzie Sorter, rolls off the ribbon by the defense and comes out of play, tipped by someone from the Green Wave. 12-12, Thief River Falls finally able to tie it in this first set. This is our first tie we've seen on the night. Josie Johnson's serve comes across, started center back row for East Grand Forks to the right side. Down on a hit, defense there to recover. Prowlers send it back. Overpass for the Green Wave, but it's punched across. Hovde keeps the rally alive. Prowlers on the offensive. Finesse through by Albany. Bump set left side. Comes to Anderson. Dug out in the back row by Regala for Thief River Falls and cleared by Martell the libero. 12-12 tied. East Grand Forks trying to regain the lead in set one to the left side. Molstead, and down a kill for the Prowlers. Gets it by Kendra Emery, 13-12. Thief River Falls will take their first lead of the night here in set number one. East Grand Forks volleyball on your live event. Serve across for Johnson. Bump set, give and go, right side. Shoot set clears for East Grand Forks. Sent right back by the Prowlers. Johnson tried to get the defense sleeping. They're able to answer the call. Prowlers will set left side this time. Molstead across, a kill. Molstead able to beat Emery in the back row, 14-12. Thief River Falls, a 2-point advantage in the first set. Josie Johnson has had a long trip to the service line. That will continue here as it comes across. Slow bump on the right side. It came off the end of the hands of Lucci and could not get the lifts needed to keep the rally going. We're going to get a timeout taken by Paula Devine for East Grand Forks as East Grand Forks trails 15-12 in set one. We'll step aside. This is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit YourLiveEvent.com for more information.
This is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. East Grand Forks hosting Thief River Falls. Thanks for being with us on this Friday. I'm Joel Morgan. East Grand Forks had a 5-point lead, 7-2. Thief River Falls has come back to take the lead here, 15-12. Serving out of the timeout, Josie Johnson. Serve pass by Lucci. Dump set clears across by Hubdi. Ball work to the left side. Molstead hits it long. A hitting error for Thief River Falls. 15-13, East Grand Forks point in the side out. Stella Eggers will take a spot in the rotation. I believe she'll go back to serve. Yep, she will go back to serve. Annika Beauchamp will take a spot in the front row. East Grand Forks trying to come back down, 15-13. Serve hit by Martell. The Prowlers Ribeiro. Pass to the left side. Albie across. Bumped in the back row by Eggers. A violation called against the Green Wave. Will give the ball right back to to Thief River Falls. They lead 16-13 in set one. Maisie Kramer serving for the Prowlers. Prowlers got their first win of the season. They are 3-1, and it's a service error. Hit the ribbon, hit the antenna, came out of play. 16-14 now the score. Now the Prowlers on the season. They are 1-3. East Grand Forks 2-1. Serve across, Chloe Bowman to the near side, bumped by Kramer, cross court, set up for a big hit by Regala. Defense responds for East Grand Forks. Pass comes left side, across for Eggers, received back row by Kramer. Now to the right side, down for a kill. Albie got off the hands of the diving Consumi Lee. 17-14, Thief River Falls advantage in the first set. Prowlers won the JV match 2-1. Kenzie Sorter serves across. Bumped by Emery to the right side. Passed and put down by Helglin. Couldn't get the kill. Prowlers send it back, and the defense out of position. Not a lot put on that by Kylie Albie, but enough to get the defense out of play. She hit it where they weren't. 18-14 the score. 4-point advantage Prowlers in the first set. They're looking for their largest lead. Sorter served. Played far sideline Bowman. Worked towards the right side of the court. They're going to call a lift. No, a double hit. 19-14. East Grand Forks jumped out to an early 4-0 lead. They led 7-2. The Prowlers have been able to come back. Serve across from Sorter. This one hit by Emery. Back to Emery on the right side on the set. Emery will hit it right to Kramer for Thief River Falls. The Prowlers send it across. Bump from Lee to the right side. Across on a hit from Emery. East Grand Forks down 19-14. They'll get a block against the Prowlers and a tip up front. And hopefully what can start a East Grand Forks rally. Helglin will get the point. 19-15, East Grand Forks down in the first set. Evelyn, I believe, is the one who will do the serving. She will serve across, start at center back row for Thief River Falls to the right side, sorter across, and Helgen was trying to get back in position after the serve, couldn't get there in time. 20-15, pressure time now for the Green Wave here in the opening set. Kylie Albee will serve for Thief River Falls. Hit by Lee. Set on the right side. Bump set clears for East Grand Forks. Prowler set right side. Hammered down on a big hit. Albee put a lot on that one. Make that Erickson put down a lot on that one for the kill. 21-15. East Grand Forks down by 6. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside. This is Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
21-15, Thief River Falls leads East Grand Forks. It's East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. The Prowlers working on a comeback here in set 1. Back to serve, Kylie Albee, the senior setter. Serve across, bumped on the right side by Emery, work to center court, down on a hit for Anderson. Reeled out of bounds by Martell, cleared by the Prowlers. East Grand Forks will set left side, comes to Beauchamp, rather Emery, who gets it down. But it'll be a point for the Prowlers, 22-15, 7-point advantage for Thief River Falls. Albee's serve comes across, hit by Lee, center back row. Up to the circle, dumps it across by Agers, got the defense off guard. They were looking for the set to the left of the court. She just dumps it right over. 22-16, 6-point deficits for the Green Wave. Kaylin Hovde will come in to serve, trying to start a late rally for the Green Wave. Serve to the back's right side, overpass slow. Got airborne from Erickson. Prowlers extend the rally. East Grand Forks on the offensive. They will go left side. Ball comes across from Emery. Prowlers will send it back. East Grand Forks will try again. Set to the right side. Lucci across. Received by Kramer to the left side. Prowlers, Rogala down and a kill. Keeps it on the right side of the line. 23-16. Thief River Falls 2 away from taking the first set. Abigail Molstead will take a spot in the front row for the Prowlers. Back row serving Haley Rogala. 23-16, the score advantage. Thief River Falls. Serve in the net, service error. 23-17. Green Wave a chance to get that rally they've been looking for here late in the set. Brianna Anderson rotates into the front row. Kendra Emery will serve in the back row. The junior serve rifled across, comes off the hands of the libero Martell. Her teammates recover, but a hitting error. Hitting error comes from Matea Erickson. 23-18, Green Wave down by 5 in the opening set. Next serve across for Emery. Dug out left side by Molstead. Put right into a block. Bravery Lincoln. (23-19). Late rally continues for East Grand Forks. Serve across, an ace. Emery with a line drive serve. Martell, the libero, couldn't handle it. 23-20. Both teams in pressure time now. Set 1, East Grand Forks down by 3. Kendra Emery's serve across. Sliding dig from Molstead right side to the left side of the court. Cleared by the Prowlers. Set up front, dump set clears for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave looking for a comeback ball to the left side. Put into a block, Molstead. Lucci with the block. 23-21, and Thief River Falls will take their first time out of this set. They lead East Grand Forks 23-21. We'll be back on your live event.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
East Grand Forks looking for a comeback here in set one, down 23-21. Serve comes across for Emery. Cleared by the Prowlers and a kill. Lincoln was just trying to extend the rally and got it by Consumi Lee in the back row. 24-21. Set point for the Thief River Falls Prowlers. Kendall Martell. The libero serve will come across. Dug out near side by Emery to the right side of the court. Comes back to Emery. She'll get the clear strike. That was Lucci who got the clear. Sent back across by the Prowlers. Sent back by the wave. Back by the Prowlers. It gets by a diving Consumi Lee. And 25-21. Thief River Falls was down by 7. Tied it at 12. Came back to win it. 25-21. Set 1 goes to the visitors here tonight in East Grand Forks. We'll get set number 2 coming your way next. It is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
It's East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. Joel Morgan with you on this Friday. East Grand Forks dropping the first set to Thief River Falls here on senior night, 25-21. East Grand Forks scored the first 4 out of the gate in that set. Thief River Falls started their comeback. They couldn't get over the hump. They would pull within 1, couldn't get over that hump. Finally, they tied it at 12. And they went on a big scoring run after that, would actually run their lead to 7. East Grand Forks started chipping away at it, but just could not come back to get that win. So 25-21, 1 set to none. One set to none is the advantage for Thief River Falls. It is already shaping up, Mike. We could see a 5-set battle tonight, which when you turn around and play that team a few days from now in your next match on Tuesday, could bring a little bit more difficulties. So East Grand Forks will serve first. Both teams will come back out on the court. East Grand Forks down 1 set to none. Will serve. Ella Agers will be the one, I believe, to check out once liberos will come out on the court. Kendra Martell will come in for the Prowlers. Riley Lincoln will come out. Consumi Lee, the libero for the Green Wave, on the sideline. So Lee will check in. Coming out will be Hallie Carpenter. Ella Agers, the top of the service rotation for East Grand Forks. They trail 1-0. Set two. Ready to get underway here tonight in East Grand Forks. Serve from Agers comes across. Bumped left back row by Lagala. Pass to the right side. Through a block on a hit from Molstead. East Grand Forks works it left side. Across on a hit from Brianna Anderson. The Prowlers go the wrong way. East Grand Forks scores first here in set two. 1-0 their lead. I think for East Grand Forks, they're well aware that no lead can be safe after that first set loss. Agers serve, dug out by Martell, worked to the left side, cleared by the Prowlers, but I think they're going to call a extra hit. And we'll be against East Grand Forks. 1-1 will be the score. We're tied. Maisie Kramer serves for Thief River Falls. This one across. Dug from the far sideline. Pass comes to Anderson across court. Hit on the block or on the top of the ribbon by Helgeland. Did hit the ribbon, came back in, so 4 hits against East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls up to a 2-1 lead. Maisie Kramer serves. Received by Emery to the right side and through on a hit for Helgeland. And it was sent right back. She got the hit, was going back in position, and before she knew it, that ball got by her. (3-1) the score. Thief River Falls, who took the first set, leads in set two. There's a check at the scorers table from one of the officials, so we do have a stoppage of play. 25-21, first set went to the Prowlers. And the official checks something on the scorebook. He is ready to go. Maisie Kramer will serve for the Prowlers. Serve comes across in the net, service error, and I could have been all that lag time coming to the service line, and then the stoppage from the official, almost like trying to serve out of a timeout. 3-2. East Grand Forks down by a point in the second set. Chloe Bowman ready to serve. Bowman serve comes across, started by Martell. Pass from Johnson and cleared across the net by Sorter. It bounced off a few hands from the East Grand Forks Green Wave and into the stands. 4-2 Thief River Falls, point and a side out. Kenzie Sorter will do the serving. Sorter's serve. Hit by Consumi Lee. Pass to the left side on a hit for Emery. Received in the back row by Sorter. Reeled back and bounce and cleared by Kramer for Thief River Falls. Set up front for the Green Wave and a kill. Down. Jesse Helgeland will get the kill. 4-3. East Grand Forks down by a point in set two. Helgeland got the kill and will go back to the service line. Rotating in for the Green Wave will be Hallie Carpenter. She'll go in the front row. Jesse Helgeland, the senior. Serve will go across. Dug center back row by Kramer. Overpass, tipped up front, but double hit called against the Prowlers. So we're tied in set two, 4-4. Helgeland will serve again. Serve, receive center back row by Kramer. Overpass, punched right into the net, about dead center by Josie Johnson. She was just trying to clear the net to extend the rally. East Grand Forks regains the lead here in set two, 5-4. They dropped the first set, 25-21. Helgeland serve comes across. Mishandled back row by Lugala into the crowd. It's an ace, and 6-4 East Grand Forks up by a pair. Jesse Helgeland will come back to serve. Serve on the way, dug out by Martell. Pass to the left side across Regala, and it is out. Was it touched? It was not. So 7-4 East Grand Forks. I think everyone kind of froze waiting for the call from the official. So with Helgelin serving again for East Grand Forks. Comes center back row. Kramer overpass, tipped down in the front row, but recovered by the Prowlers. Set back by East Grand Forks. Martell will extend the rally for the Prowlers. Hit into a block by Regala. Deep River Falls will try again. Dump set for Albee clears. The Green Wave, they set left side to Emery. Puts it down, and a dig from Kramer. And 4 hits called against Thief River Falls. 8-4 East Grand Forks with a 4-point lead. Trying to tie this match at a set apiece. Helgelin serve goes across. Pass by Martell. Set to the right side. Threw on a hit, but it goes long for Kylie Albee. No, a net violation against East Grand Forks. So the Prowlers will get the point in the side out. 8-5 is the score. Thief River Falls trails. Kylie Albee back row to serve. Well, Consumi Lee, the libero, back in for East Grand Forks. Albee serve across. Bump set from the far sideline. Set to the right side. Cleared by Annika Beauchamp. And I think she was really off balance trying to keep the rally alive, but she'll take the point. 9-5, point inside out, East Grand Forks. Caitlin Hovde will rotate in, and she will come back row. Hovde back row to serve. East Grand Forks leads 9-5, down 1-0 here in this match. Serve received by Martell to the left side. Erickson across to Lee. Overpass by Lee. Bump back to the back row by Hovde. Cleared by Lee. Deep River Falls on the attack. Right side, Erickson across. Sliding dig comes from Hovde, and a dump set clears for the Green Wave. Prowlers will try again, and it's put into a block by Lingden. She'll recover. Pass left side, Rogala across. Received by Lee for East Grand Forks to the right side over the net, and I think it came through the side of the antenna. It was put on the wrong side by Emery. 9-6, Thief River Falls will come back to serve with Regala to serve. This one across. Bumped by Lucci, and it comes down low on the hit. 9-7. Thief River Falls pulls within 2. The Prowlers won the first set 25-21. Rotating for the Green Wave, Lindsay Pesh will come in. Pesh, the senior, rotates in, coming out. Ella Lucci will come out. Serve across, hit by Lee. Set to the right side. This one goes to Emery. Emery puts it down for a kill. She got it right between Albee and Martell. 10-7, East Grand Forks leads Thief River Falls. Kendra Emery serves for the Green Wave. Brianna Anderson will come in on the rotation, takes a spot in the front row. Jump serve goes across off the hands of Martell. To the left side, Molstead cleared by the Prowlers, and it gets by a diving Lee. Actually, Lee was able to get a hand on the ball, and so was Hovde. I didn't see what the call. It was an accidental whistle call. I was about to say I didn't see where the violation came. So serve comes across for the Green Wave. Received by Albee. 10-7 is the score. Waiting for that score correction. Lingen puts it down for the Prowlers. Sent back by the Green Wave. Put into a double block on a hit. Erickson for the Prowlers. Oh, it came off the ribbon, so that's 4 hits for Thief River Falls. 11-7. East Grand Forks leads. Kendra Emery serving for the Green Wave. Here comes the serve. This across and mishandled far side by Molstead into the stands. Breland Lingen ran into the stands, or Breeley Lingen ran into the stands, couldn't get there. 12-7. East Grand Forks leads Thief River Falls here in set 2. This is Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This is your live events coverage of East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on this Friday night. Green Wave trailing 1-0 against Thief River Falls. Prowlers took the first set 25-21. East Grand Forks looking to tie things up, leading 12-7 in set number 2. Kendra Emery serving for the Green Wave. 3 back row to receive. Serve goes across. Hit by Martell. Set to the left side to Molstead. Molstead's hit played by Lee and towards the scores table. And East Grand Forks just ran out of hits. 12-8 point to Thief River Falls. The Prowlers will bring in Kenzie Sorter to the front row and will come to Kendall Martell to serve. Martell's serve comes across, overpass by East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls works to the right side, hard hit by Erickson, the kill. It came off the hand of Hubdy. 12-9. East Grand Forks on top by 3. Serve Kendall Martell, hit by Consumi Lee, pass to the right side, down on a hit and a kill. It was hit across the net by Carpenter and sent the wrong way by Regala for Thief River Falls. 13-9, East Grand Forks advantage. Lee back to the service line. Prowlers won the first set 25-21. Serve moves across. Overpass center back row. Regalo reeled back in by Albee. Cleared by the Prowlers. Nice dig to extend the rally for Hubdy. East Grand Forks sends it back. Thief River Falls works left side. Molstead on a hit, and it comes straight down. And I wonder if it kind of caromed off the ribbon to give it a little bit more hang time as it's 13-10. Prowlers down by 3. Josie Johnson back to the front end of the service rotation for Thief River Falls. Serve goes across. Dug far sideline by Hubdy. Pass by Lee. Cleared on a swing back row by Emery. Prowlers work right side, and it was hit by Albee and grazed off a hand from someone from East Grand Forks. I believe that was off the hand of Carpenter in the front row. 13-11. Prowlers down by 2. Johnson's serve hit by Lee. Bump set to the left side. Helglund clears it across. Thief River Falls works to the left side. Shoot set, they will clear it. Pass right of the circle comes from Pesh into the net. And East Grand Forks called for too many hits. 13-12, East Grand Forks lead, trimmed down to just 1 point here in set 2. Johnson serve, started center back row, pass up front, threw on a hit for Brianna Anderson, comes to Martell, work to the near side, shoot set clears for Thief River Falls, and a nice dump set put across by Hubdy, but the defense responds for Thief River Falls. Lee's hit goes to the stands, running up, trying to get the play. Emery couldn't. We are tied for the 3rd time here in set 2, 13-13. Some momentum on the side of Thief River Falls. The Prowlers' Josie Johnson continuing to serve. Johnson's serve comes across. Dug by Lee at the circle. Pass left side across Helglund. Overpass Martell, and Thief River Falls able to respond defensively. They will dig it out the net. Dumps it across from Molstead. Lee will start it for East Grand Forks to the left side. Put into a block on a hit by Anderson. Dug out of the front row. Cleared on a dump set by Hubdy. Prowlers put it up front. It's a jump ball that goes to East Grand Forks, and I think that's Helglund who gets the kill. 14-13. Tiebreaker goes to East Grand Forks here in set 2. Annika Beauchamp will be the one back to serve for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. 4 back row to receive for Thief River Falls. Started by Martel the libero. Bump set from the near sideline. Molstead cleared on a shoot set by Sorter. Sent right back by East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls goes left side this time. Molstead into a block. She'll dig it out. Pass by Albie to Molstead across on a hit, and it came off a hand. Didn't see which hand it was. Came off the hands of Helglen, went out of play. 14-14. Points to Thief River Falls. We are tied for the 4th time in the second set. The Prowlers on the 1-0 advantage here on the night. Maisie Kramer's serve. Overpass set right across the net by Emery. Recovered by the Prowlers to the left side. Regala's hit long, unforced error. 15-14. Point side out, East Grand Forks. Chloe Bowman rotates in to serve. Bowman serve, goes across, dug out left sideline Regala, pass to the right sideline, across on a hit by Albie, dug back row by East Grand Forks and sent right down on the hit Regala. 15-15, tied again in this set. Kenzie Sorter serves for Thief River Falls, this one across, dug out by Emery, reeled back and bounce, cleared on a shoot set by Lee. Set to the right side, put to a block. Calby, I believe it was an assisted block between Emery and Helglen. 16-15. East Grand Forks retakes the lead in the second set. Helglen serves for Thief River East Grand Forks. Kramer sends a pass, tipped down by the Green Wave, sent back by the Prowlers, sent back by East Grand Forks. This time they set up a play. Does Thief River Falls? Kylie Albee gets the kill. That worked out in their favor, 16-16. 6 ties coming in this second set. Kylie Albee serves for Thief River Falls. Serve moves across, hit by Lee near the back row. Bump set to the left side, tracking it down. Beauchamp puts it across for East Grand Forks. Mishandled by the libero Martel and sent the wrong way by Mattea Erickson trying to recover. 17-16. East Grand Forks leads by a point. Lindsay Pesch rotates in for East Grand Forks. Kaylin Hovde will rotate in as well. She's the next to serve. Hovde's serve. This one across. Tracked down by Martel. Set to the left side. Hammered for a big kill. Mattea Erickson. 17-17. Set 2 is tied. Coming in, Abigail Molstead. Serving. Regala. Haley Regala, the senior, serving. 17 all, tied in set 2. Regala's serve. Hit on the near side by Pesch. Back to Pesch, she'll clear the net. It's Martel to the left side, Molstead across. Lee, the libero, will play it for East Grand Forks. Reeled back in by Hovde, cleared by Lee, but hits it out of play, hitting error. 18-17, Thief River Falls by a point in set 2, trying to take a 2-0 lead here on senior nights for East Grand Forks. Regala deep behind the service line. This one across goes long, service error. 18-18, another tie in our second set. Haley Regala ready to serve. Emery ready to serve. Emery serve, bump from the far sideline by Molstead. Cleared on a dump sent by Lingen. Started by Lee. Pass up front. Threw out a hit for the Green Wave. Thief River Falls responds. Comes to the right side across from Molstead. Dug by Lee. Cleared out of the back row by East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls will start right side. A kill for Mattea Erickson as it grazed the hand of one of the Green Wave players. Tiebreaker goes to Thief River Falls. 19-18. They lead. Set 2, Kendall Martel serving. Service line back right side. Serve across, dug by Lee. Low pass picked up by Emery. Dump set clears in the front row for Anderson. Prowlers set up front. Finessed across by Sorter. Misplayed by East Grand Forks. And Matea Erickson makes him pay. The pass broke towards the plane on the top of the net. And right there to make the play, Erickson puts it down. 20-18. Pressure time now for the Green Wave. They do not want to fall behind 2-0. Kendall Martell has her next serve. This one across. Started by Lee. And a rotation mistake by East Grand Forks. Their second rotation error called on the night. So now they're going to have a discussion with the official. He won't change that rotation error. 21-18. You heard the discussion from the captain. 21-18 will be the score. So now the official on the ground will discuss it with East Grand Forks. 21-18, Thief River Falls leads. Rotation error called against the Green Wave. They had one called in set one. East Grand Forks, I think, just trying to figure out how to not make that mistake again in this set, since Kendall Martell ready to serve. Serve across in the net. Service area. It worked as good as a timeout. 21-19. Almost like icing the kicker. Katsumi Lee serves for East Grand Forks. This one across. Hit by Martell. Set to the left side across from Erickson. No, into a block. That block will go to Anderson. 21-20. Green Wave into the 20s, down by a point. Lee's serve. Hit in the back row by Regala. Put across the net by Albee. Reeled back and bounce by Carpenter. Cleared by Lee for East Grand Forks. Set up front. It's down on a hit. A kill for Sorter. 22-20. Thief River Falls leads. Josie Johnson, front end of their service rotation coming up. First set went to Thief River Falls, 25-21. We have a timeout on the court taken by the East Grand Forks Green Wave. 22-20. East Grand Forks trails by 2 here in set 2. This is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
22-20, Thief River Falls leads East Grand Forks in set 2 of our debut broadcast of East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. Joel Morgan with you on this Friday night. 25-21 was the score of the first set. That went to the Prowlers of Thief River Falls. They lead this one 22-20, 3 points away from a 2-0 lead. East Grand Forks and Thief River Falls have battled neck and neck. We've had 7 ties, make that 8 ties coming in this set. Serve across from Johnson, hit by Lee, and a jump ball up for a jump play up front. And they're going to call a violation on East Grand Forks. 23-20. Thief River Falls advantage. Next serve, Josie Johnson, bumped on the far side by Pesh. Dump set clears it for Anderson. Started back row for the Prowlers up front. Across on a hit from Erickson. Lee there to receive. Bump set to the circle, put across one-handed by Helglund. Set left side to Molstead. Received by Emery. Prowlers had an overpass up front. Miscommunication for Thief River Falls is a benefit to East Grand Forks. 23-21. Green Wave down by 2. They'll go to Ella Agers. That is the top of the Green Wave service rotation. Agers serve across. Hit by Martell. set up front. Threw on a hit from Sorter, and it came off the hands of Agers into the stands. 24-21, serving for set point is Maisie Kramer, not before a timeout's taken by the Green Wave. Timeout on the court. We'll step aside. This is East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
24-21, Thief River Falls leads East Grand Forks in set 2, and this is set points serving Maisie Kramer for the Prowlers. Serve across, hit by Lee, and it gets by Ella Agers. Everyone seemingly was out of position on that one. 25-21, set 2 goes to the Thief River Falls Prowlers. They now lead 2-1 here tonight. We'll step aside. We'll come back with the start of our third set. It's East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit YourLiveEvent.com for more information.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. Senior night here at East Grand Forks. Fortunately for the Green Wave, they have fallen behind 2-0 to Thief River Falls. The Prowlers taking both sets, 25-21, 25-21. The first one, well, kind of a different tone. East Grand Forks actually jumped out to an early lead. They were up by 5. The Prowlers had to come back. They clawed their way back to get the win 25-21. This last one, we saw a whole lot of ties coming throughout the course of that match. In fact, it was 9 ties that we saw in the second set. But the Prowlers able to get the win, looking for their second straight win, by the way. They won 25-21. Next up for these two teams, well, it will be these two teams. They will meet again Tuesday in Thief River Falls. The Prowlers, it's been a feast or famine season so far. They lost their first 3 sets in straight sets. They won their first one against Crookston in straight sets. So if East Grand Forks isn't able to come back here and take this set and start a comeback, the trend will continue for Thief River Falls in the sense that they either win in straight sets or lose in straight sets. Rotations being checked now on both sides. Remember, East Grand Forks called for a rotation error in both, rotation violation both in first and second sets. So they're going to be a little bit more mindful of how they line up. Kendall Martell, the libero, in for Thief River Falls. Well, consumingly in for East Grand Forks. Josie Johnson will serve for the Prowlers. Bumped on the right sideline by Lucci to the left side. Lucci put down by Heglin. Dump set clears for the Prowlers by Molstead. Hit by Lee. Set to the right side. This one comes to Lucci, and it's on the other side to Regala for the Prowlers. Regala's pass came to Johnson, who gets it down for a kill. Thief River Falls scores first, actually for the first time on the night. 1-0 they lead. And what they're hoping will be the deciding set. Johnson serve. Dug by Emery. Up front, I believe Emery on the hit. Prowlers receive. Left side, Molstead down. Split the back row defense. 2-0. Thief River Falls leads. So the Prowlers up to an early lead in this third set. Josie Johnson serve. Low pass from East Grand Forks comes to the left side. Heglin puts him to a block. Dug out by Lee off the hands of Hovde, but unable to get some hang time on that hit. 3-0 advantage for Thief River Falls. Johnson serve. Off the hands of Lucci to the left side. Cleared by the Green Wave to the left side. Molstead for the Prowlers across. Dug by Emery. Right side through a block for East Grand Forks and some points. It was Brianna Anderson got it through the block and it bounced off some hands. She was simply trying to keep things moving, but they'll take the point in the side out 3-1. Thief River Falls trails. Ella Agers will serve for the Green Wave. Serve goes across. Bumped out of the back row by Molstead up front through a block on a hit by Sorter. And dug back row, sent back by East Grand Forks. But the play was ruled dead before that. So 4-1 advantage for Thief River Falls. Maisie Kramer serves for the Prowlers. 25-21, identical scores for the first two sets. Identical winners for the first two sets. And Thief River Falls. Kramer's serve comes across, and it's a service error. 4-2, point side out, East Grand Forks. Kearney Shea, one of the seniors, suffered an injury, will come in to serve, and they were going to go deep senior-wise on senior night. Shea able to get the serve across. Work to the right side by the Prowlers. Johnson gets it across. Dug by Lee. Worked left side. Down on a kill. Kill came for Heglin. 4-3 will be the score. East Grand Forks down by a point, and Shea will stay in. Shea really only limited to just the ability to serve, and you can hear the reaction from the seniors. For the senior as the serve comes across, hit by Martell, work to the left side. Regala's hit on the wrong side of the antenna. Actually, it will be a point for the Prowlers, so 5-3, the Prowlers lead. Shea will step out, replaced by Chloe Bowman. Kenzie Sorter serves for the Prowlers, puts it in the net, service error. 5-4 the score, point inside out, Thief River Falls. Lee out. Ian Halley Carpenter serving. Jessica Helglund. Helglund's serve goes wrong. Service error. Teams trade service errors here. 6-4 the score. Thief River Falls leads. They lead the match 2-0. Kelly Albee will serve for the Prowlers. Serve on the way. Dug out of the back row by Lee to the near side. Shoot set clears for the Green Wave. Prowlers work right side, and it was hit by Erickson, tipped by Lee, goes the wrong way. 7-4 Thief River Falls advantage. Kylie Albee ready to serve again. This one dug out near sideline by Bowman, cleared on a dump set by Carpenter. works up front, through on a big hit for Braylee Lingen. But it's a point for the Green Wave and a point in the side out, 7-5. Luchney will take a spot in the front row. Rotating in, Hovde will also come back row to serve. Trying to track down the ball. Remember, there's part of the COVID rules is trying to keep one ball in play. No, tracking down a new one. Hovde serve goes to Martell, picked up front. A good pass to Lingen. She'll get it over to Lee on the hit. Sent back by the Green Wave. 7-5. Thief River Falls advantage here in the third set. And a hitting error. Went long for Maisie Kramer. 7-6. East Grand Forks a point away from tying it. Down 2-0. Caitlin Hovde's serve across. Hit by Martell. Work to the left side. Down on a big hit. Matea Erickson. 8-6. Thief River Falls. Abigail Molstead into the front row for Thief River Falls. Back row serving Haley Regala. Regala's serve hits the top of the net. Nice dig in the front row to keep the rally alive for East Grand Forks, but they hit it out of play. Allie Carpenter was able to stay with it, even though it ricocheted off the front of the net. Will come out of play 9-6. Thief River Falls advantage. Next serve, Regala. An ace as it came off the end of the hands of Bowman. 10-6, Prowlers lead. Regala's serve across, hits the top of the net. Received by Hovde, put across by the Green Wave, and no one from Thief River Falls able to make a play. I'm going to call a net violation against the Green Wave. So 10-6 is the score. Prowlers by 5. Regala's serve goes across, hits long, service error. It's been about 3 of these in this set for Thief River Falls. East Grand Forks needs to get a rally rolling here, down 2-0. Brianna Anderson rotates in front row. Kendra Emery rotates into the back row. Adler will come back to the service line. Changes coming for Thief River Falls. Ivory Wiggs will see her first action. She'll say takes the back right spot in the back row. Kendra Emery ready to serve, and it's a service error. Josie Johnson was sliding to make the hit. She is able to hold up in time. 12-7, Prowlers lead. Kendall Martell back to serve. Consumi Lee in for East Grand Forks. Serve, Martell hit by Lee. Bump set to the left side to Shea, rather to Anderson across for East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls works left side. Molstead with the hit, and it just stayed in play. It was close. 13-7 Prowlers advantage. 25-21 the score of both set 1 and set 2. Both went to Thief River Falls, who are looking for their second straight win, trying to improve to 2-3. Martell's serve. Started far sideline. Put up to the circle. Across on a hit that's received by Martell. Prowlers work left side. Dumps it across for Erickson. Shoot set clears for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave on defense. Nice dig back row. That's cleared from Anderson. But it comes out of play on the wrong side of the line for the Green Wave. 14-7. Thief River Falls advantage. Kendall Martell's serve. Dug near sideline by Anderson. Worked to the back row and cleared on a dump set by Lee. Started by Martell for the Prowlers. Up front, through on a clear from Sorter. Sent right back by East Grand Forks. Prowlers work to the right side. Thief River Falls will clear the net. East Grand Forks works to the right side. Emery across on a hit. That's bumped by Erickson to the crowd, but cleared to the back row. Kept alive by Martell. Nice defense by Thief River Falls. They're on the offensive. Left side, Molstead the kill. East Grand Forks got Thief River Falls out of system, but the Prowlers recover. And it's Kendall Martell serving. Serve across, hit by Lee. Dumps it across. Hovde trying to get the defense off guard. Thief River Falls responds, and it's finessed across by Abby Molstead. 16-7, and we're going to get a timeout as expected here from East Grand Forks. 16-7, Thief River Falls leads set 3. This is Green Wave Volleyball on your live event.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
16-7. Thief River Falls leads East Grand Forks in set 3. The Prowlers have a 2-0 lead here tonight in East Grand Forks. Thanks for being with us. I'm Joel Morgan on our first broadcast of East Grand Forks Green Wave Volleyball on your live event. Prowlers had to come back in the first set to win it. The second set was back and forth. Went in favor of East Grand Forks, or rather against Thief River Falls. Thief River Falls kind of maintaining their lead here in this third set. Kendall Martell's serve comes to Lee. Up front to Hovde, through on a hit for East Grand Forks, and I believe the kill will go to Brianna Lee, and that will stop the big, actually that's Brianna Anderson, will stop the big run that was coming for Thief River Falls. 16-8, East Grand Forks trails. Serving is Lee. Bumped out of the back row by Molstead. Up front to Sorter. Sorter gets it across. Sent back by East Grand Forks. And a kill. It took an extra second for Caitlin Hovde. She was faking like she was going to set left side. Instead, put it right over the net. And it caromed off a few hands before hitting the ground. 16-9. East Grand Forks trails. Lee's serve came off the hands of Wiggs and is cleared. And what was a free ball for the Prowlers. Work to the right side. Threw on a hit for Emery. For East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls sets up right side. Matea Erickson's hit came off the hands of the block for the Green Wave. 17-9. Prowlers lead in their ball, serving Josie Johnson. Johnson serve across. Sent the wrong way by Luchny. Recovered by Lee. Dump set clears for Hovde. East Grand Forks, rather Thief River Falls sets left side. Molstead across. Dug by Lee. Bump set to the right side. And a hitting error. Hit long by Kendra Emery. 18-9. Thief River Falls lead. Josie Johnson serve. Hit by Lee. Bump set. Goes left side to Hegelin. And it comes out of play. Tipped by the Green Wave. Rather tipped by Thief River Falls. Point to the Green Wave, 18-10. Thief River Falls, or rather East Grand Forks needs a big comeback here. Ella Agers, the top of their service rotation up. Serve comes, hit center back row by Martell. Pass to the right side, through on a hit by Molstead. To the near side, Green Wave across from Anderson. Started back row by the Prowlers. Left side, Molstead doesn't get it across. Finally cleared on a hit by Aldi. And a miscommunication coming from East Grand Forks. He bumped into Agers, knocked her down. And they're going to call Thief River Falls on over the net. So the point will go to East Grand Forks. Some discussion right now from the officials. And that's, yeah, they're going to replay the point. So they will replay that point. We will remain at 18-10 Thief River Falls. Discussion right now at the score table. A discussion at the far side of the courts. They will replay the point. Ella Akers will serve for East Grand Forks. They are down by 8, down 2-0. Serve comes, bumped out of the back row by Wiggs. Set up front, across on a hit for Sorter. Hit by Agers, put across by East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls to the left side. Molstead across, hit by Lee. Pass comes from Agers across on a hit from Lee. Played by Martell to the right side and hit by Lee again. Agers will pass up front and hit across by East Grand Forks. 18-10, Thief River Falls advantage. East Grand Forks with the ball on their side. Poked across on a hit by Anderson. Up front and a tip by Hegland and a point for East Grand Forks. 18-11 will be the score. No, now they're saying it's a point for the Prowlers. So 19-10 is the score. Thief River Falls leads. Kramer's serve across. Bumped on the near side. Comes to Agers into a block, and 4 hits called against the Green Wave. So it hit the ribbon on that, came back in. 4 hits called, 20-10. Thief River Falls, who leads 2-0, is 5 points away from a straight set win, which would be their second of the season. Maisie Kramer's serve goes across. Dug by Agers. Pass by Anderson. Near side. Down on a kill from Hegland. Jesse Hegland the kill. Hegland will get the kill. Makes it 20-11. East Grand Forks has the work cut out for them, but they can make a comeback here. Chloe Bowman could get things started for the Green Wave. Serve across. Dug by Martell. Set up front, and a violation called against Thief River Falls. 20-12 the score. Kendall Martell will get the serve across to the net. Service error. Chloe Bowman will get the service error. 21-12. Kenzie Sorter serves for Thief River Falls. Serve across, received by Lee. Bumps that left side, across on a hit for Emery. Hit by Sorter to the left side. Regala clears for Thief River Falls. Lee starts it for East Grand Forks to the left side. Emery across the kill. Kendra Emery the kill, 21-13. Out will be Lee, rotating in. I believe that's Hugland will rotate in and serve. Hit by Kramer, bumps that to the left side. Cleared by Regala. Started back row for East Grand Forks to the left side. Emery gets it across. Prowlers receive. They go left side. Regala gets it by Bowman in the back row. 22-13. Thief River Falls advantage. 3 points away from a straight set win. East Grand Forks needs to get another stop here. Kayla Albee serve this one across, bumped at the line by Borman, and a pass came low, and trying to make a play, Ella Agers couldn't get there. 23-13. Serve across Albee. Hit by Lee to the right side, threw on a hit that goes long. Annika Bonekamp will hit this one long. 24-13. It is now match point for Thief River Falls. Albee's ball gets hit by Bowman to the near side through a block for East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls works left side. Regala across. Hit by Lee. Coming in to assist will be Agers. And poked across by Embry. And Thief River Falls keeps it alive. East Grand Forks tries again, but a hitting error on the big swing for Emery. 25-13 will be the final, and a straight set win coming for the Prowlers of Thief River Falls here tonight against East Grand Forks. So 25-21, 25-21, 25-13, the final score. The Prowlers improving to 2-3. Back-to-back straight sets wins for Thief River Falls. East Grand Forks falls to 2-2. They have dropped 2 straight. These two teams will meet again on Tuesday. This time it will be in Thief River Falls. That'll do it for our broadcast here tonight on your live event. I'm Joel Morgan, reminding of our final score. It is Thief River Falls defeating East Grand Forks 25-21, 25-21, and 25-13.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
We're back one last time out here at East Grand Forks. Joel Morgan on your live event. A straight set win coming for the Prowlers of Thief River Falls against East Grand Forks. They win their second in straight sets. They are now 2-3. East Grand Forks drops to 2-2. These two teams will meet on Tuesday, and then they're back at it again on Thursday. We'll have that for you on your live event. It is a matchup against Roseau. We'll have that for you here on your live event. East Grand Forks jumped out to a big lead in that first set. They led by 5. Thief River Falls was able to come back. They tied it at 12 and then would go on to outscore East Grand Forks 13-9. Most of those points coming near the latter end of that first set. In the second set, we were tied 9 times, but as Thief River Falls coming out victorious, and then Thief River Falls scored 3 straight in the last set, and the Prowlers would not fall behind en route to that 25-13 win. So 2-2 on the year now is East Grand Forks. Thief River Falls is 2-3. They'll play again Tuesday night. That is it here for our broadcast tonight on your live event. Again, we're back Thursday with more volleyball against Roseau, but that will be it for tonight. Joel Morgan reminding you of the final score. It is Thief River Falls winning 25-21, 25-21, and 25-13 over the East Grand Forks Green Wave.